We're making this video for our incoming freshmen, our 8th graders, for enrollment. This is for anyone that maybe couldn't come to enrollment night, or even if you just had additional questions. As always, you can visit our website. You can email myself or Mrs. Martinez, or come by or call if you should have any questions about enrollment or anything of that matter. One of the things we covered in our meeting today was attendance and how that can affect credits. You know, at the high school level, we work on credits. And so the State Department says their law is that you can miss 9 days per semester. At any point you miss more than 9 days, you have failed, or you will fail to receive credit for that course. There are a few exemptions, very, very few. School business, school activity, if you participate, you know, our basketball teams are still in the playoffs. If you have to leave early there, that doesn't count against you. Ag, those things don't count against you, okay? This is for illness and sickness and things of that nature, or just, hey, I overslept and I missed. And remember, here at the high school, if you're more than 20 minutes late, that counts as an absence for a class. So that would be an absence. All right, for OK Promise, this is for parents. It's really small, but you need to see Mrs. Martinez. This is for parents, households that earn less than $50,000. Students can apply for some funding for college. It's a great program. If you have any questions, we're not going to hit on that real hard tonight, but it is a possibility. We want to make sure and profile that, and we'll begin to have we'll have more of these conversations once we get your students in the building. When we have our class meetings, we'll hammer this out. We'll put stuff out on Facebook and our website. But definitely something. You can go to okpromise.org and get a login there and fill it out, and then it tells you if you qualify or not. All right, your student last week in their English classes received an enrollment form that looked a lot like this. Okay, it has the core areas: English, math, science, and history, and they were asked to circle one. All right, pre-AP, English 1, personalized learning, AP or personalized learning, English 1, and so on and so forth. Some areas they have more options than others. Okay, math's the only one that can get a little confused. I know we have 36, I think, 8th graders taking Algebra 1 at the high school level. If you take, or at the 8th grade level, excuse me, those students will be able to come in and skip that step, and they'll be able to go right into geometry. However, please remember, you must have at least 3 maths at the high school level. So just because you took Algebra 1, that's great, and it counts for high school credit. It can count for your additional credit. It doesn't count towards those 3. So you'll have to continue on to do geometry, Algebra 2, and then something further, whether it's college algebra or you take trig or calc. Okay, and we'll talk more about that. I know that can be confusing. So when your child turns their form in, they're going to have circled one of these for each area. Okay, then all the students' favorite is the elective choices, and we have a lot. Okay, we've added some. We worked to add some electives, and I'm going to cover a few of those that might need some explaining here in a second. But the students are allowed to pick 3. Okay, that they get. So that makes their schedule of 7. For every sport, if they play more than one sport, they need to circle every one. So if they play football, basketball, and track, they need to circle them all. That kind of tells us where they're going, but they'll circle all of those. Okay. Electives. The first one, this is a new offering, creative writing. Okay. It's going to be a great offering here. We have students asking for this. Mrs. Denslow is passionate about teaching this class. All right. It's designed to guide students in creative writing through an experience in 3 genres: short story, poetry, and creative nonfiction. Really excited about this offering that we're being able to add this year. We have film as literature is another elective. Mrs. Mandel, our former teacher of the year, teaches that. It instills students a passion for writing, provides students with a voice in society. They talk a lot about the what's going on in society and how film portrays that, how students want to portray that. It's a good offering. We have fundamentals of technology. To graduate high school in the state of Oklahoma, they have to take either 2 years of foreign language, which we offer Spanish, we'll talk about in a minute, or 2 years of computers. This will be the first level, fundamentals of technology. Okay, we have 2 great computer teachers that offer that. Accounting is another new class that we're going to offer through Mrs. Hudson, and that's a career tech offering. We kind of have a rich tradition of producing accountants. She's had several students come out of that class that are actually accountants now. That's a class we're adding back in. We're excited about that. That's a great career pathway. So excited to offer that. Spanish 1 we talked about. That's Mrs. Slinger. My favorite thing about Spanish is she makes you speak it. It's not just paper pencil, it's actually very little paper pencil. So to pass the mastery test and assessments, you're presenting to her verbally, or you're videoing yourself speak it, and she grades the video. So I love that. You leave that class, you leave Spanish 1, Spanish 2, you're going to be able to speak Spanish. And if you go anywhere and you need to speak it, you need to translate, you're going to be able to do that. So I love that class. Art 1, we have a great art program. This is the basis of it, okay? A lot of students come over here for junior high and take art. This is Art 1 in high school. You get elective credit for it. It's a great offering. It's the foundation. Then we go up through Art 4. We're going to even offer some AP art classes where students can get credit there. So excited about that. Band, of course, you know Mr. Matthews and Mr. Cabal. We have a great band. We have almost 100 students in band. You kind of probably know if you can play an instrument, you're going to be in the marching band. Also, this next year he's going to be offering a beginning band. So if you've always just wanted to learn how to play an instrument, you've never played one. I know some of the color guard students are excited because they're in band, but they want to learn how to play an instrument. So he's going to be offering a beginning band class, and they're both great and phenomenal. And we have a phenomenal band, so super proud of everything they do. Vocal music, this is Mrs. Lothar. We have an advanced chorale. We have the regular choir, and they both do a phenomenal job. They both participate in our spring and our winter choir concert. And this was her first year, and she did a great job. If you were able to make the choir concert, you know she did a great job. We have some kids that already won awards and done all-state for choir, so really proud of that. Speech is another class that counts as one of your fine arts credits. That's Mrs. Denslow again. I try to encourage all students to take speech. It's one of the best skills you can have is learn how to talk in front of your peers and even strangers. So speech is always a good course. Competitive drama. We have a great drama program. If you follow our Facebook at all, they win awards all the time. She has both competitive drama and non-competitive drama. So if you want to dip your feet in and kind of see if you like it, you can do that opportunity as well. That's Mrs. Denslow. That's that course. Debate is another one. We compete and we always do very well in debate. We just got back this last weekend from winning awards on drama, speech, and debate. That's Mrs. Denslow. So I encourage you to take a look at debate. Ag 1, we have 2 phenomenal ag teachers. We have a great ag program and a rich history of ag here at Oologah High School. Ag 1 is where you start and you can progress from there. You can do ag communications. You can do power tech where you're out in the shop learning to weld and do those sorts of things. You can even pursue certifications in welding. But this is where you start, okay? Facts, if you're my age, you kind of think of home ec, but this is family and consumer science. It's home ec spruced up. It is career tech. It's through career tech, so they have a lot of different offerings. You start with Facts 1. They have Surviving and Thriving. They have Family Living. They have a lot of courses under that umbrella. Mrs. Bates does a great job. They're always doing things where they're cooking. They're out in the commons area doing gallery walks. They're always hands-on. Kids always love her classes. All right, where can you go? So you're starting as a freshman here. Where can you go? Excuse the bell. You can go to Northeast Tech Career Center and take a myriad of offerings. You can do culinary, you can do welding, you can do auto body, you can take concurrent enrollment. They've opened up this year, juniors and seniors can do internships where you can actually get 2 hours off of high school to go and do internships. You can do it at the bank, you can do it at a doctor's office, and kind of explore and see if that's something you might want to be interested in. So these are offerings that you can be thinking of and you can have a goal in mind. This is where you're going to go, all right? Grades, we'll briefly touch on this. Parents, there's a parent portal. We encourage you to get the password for that and log in. If it's a situation where you do not have internet, they can always come by the counseling office and get a hard copy of their grades. Grades are due from our teachers by noon every Friday. We run eligibility every week. They're on probation the first week, and the second week, if they still have an F in any class, then they would be on probation, and that does not allow them to participate in extracurriculars from ag to baseball. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we're always monitoring those grades. All right, lastly, here's some communication tools. We have a Facebook page. It's Oologah-Delalah High School. Here's the picture you'll see. Please follow that. We put out a lot of video of what our students are doing, a lot of highlights. Put one out today about Madison Watson being our 15th academic all-stater in our 4th year in a row, so we're very proud of her. There's my email. There's Mr. Jackson's email. He's behind the camera. Mrs. Martinez, our counselor, there's her email. You can always call. All the teachers' emails are always their first dot last name at oologah.k12.ok.us. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. I know you're going to have questions. Call us, come see us, email us, and we will get back to you immediately. All right. Thank you.